Chapter 8. The Pimp Meeting. Walk with pride inside the tide, even if you can't swim that wide. Church. T-Realicious. The Pimp Meeting. T-Realicious was headed to a networking mixer he saw on a flyer taped to a light pole, which was already a bad sign. But in his mind, this was his moment to connect with like-minded entrepreneurs. He put on his best cologne, 2 sprays more than legal, adjusted his off-brand Stacey Adams, and strutted into the hotel conference center like a man born to speak on panels he wasn't invited to. He followed the sound of voices to a room with a purple-lit doorway that felt dramatic. He stepped inside and instantly realized the energy was different. Men in long coats, women in mink, gold everywhere. Hats with more feathers than a Thanksgiving parade. T-Realicious froze. "This ain't no regular mixer," he whispered. He was standing in the middle of a full-blown pimp coalition meeting. Someone slammed a cane on the table. "Order, players! Order!" Every head turned to look at T-Realicious. He smiled nervously. Peace and blessings to the congregation." A man in a gold suit squinted at him. "Who is this enthusiastic civilian?" T-Real looked around for an exit, but pride kept him planted. "I, thought this was the networking mix." Nah, said a tall brother named Pretty Tony Deluxe. "This here is the International Coalition of Urban Romance Consultants." T-Real blinked. "You mean pimps?" Fur coats shifted, feathers rustled, eyes narrowed. A man in a purple suit leaned forward. "Now see, that's offensive. We prefer the term love strategist." T-Real nodded too fast. Right, strategist. Y'all strategize in love." The room stared at him like a wolf pack deciding if he was edible. Pretty Tony asked, "Who sent you here, Jive Turkey?" T-Real panicked internally, but externally tried to hold player posture. "I was, sent by Destiny." The room erupted. Someone yelled, "Destiny don't send no amateurs!" Another shouted, "Get this unseasoned pep talk out of here!" But the chairman, a smooth older man named Velvet Moses, raised a hand. "Hold on now. Let the young man speak." T-Real's ego inflated instantly. He stepped forward like a pastor on Easter Sunday. "Look," he said, "I'm T-Realicious. I ain't no pimp, but I do provide motivational services to the streets. I teach confidence. I guide hearts. I uplift chakras. Velvet Moses cut him off. "You got any hoes?" T-Real's soul left his body. "Huh? You heard me. You got any hoes on your roster?" T-Real looked horrified. Nah, brother. I don't manage nobody. I'm just a player, spiritually." The room groaned. A woman in leopard print said, "See? Waste of time." Another man hissed, "He ain't got no product." Pretty Tony stood up, pointing aggressively with his feathered hat leaning at a 45-degree angle. "You came into a strategy meeting with no inventory, no clientele, no business structure." T-Real raised both hands. "I thought this was a mixer with finger foods." The room booed him like Showtime at the Apollo. Velvet Moses sighed. "Son, you walked into the wrong room." And then, "Thaddeus!" It echoed from the hallway like the voice of God fed up with his behavior. T-Real winced before turning. It was his Aunt Pearl, in her church usher uniform, holding a grocery bag in judgment. "I've been looking for you. You told me you was going to Bible study." The Pimp Coalition gasped. Velvet Moses clutched his chest. "This fool got a church lady for an accountability partner." Aunt Pearl pointed at him like a laser sight. "Get out of this foolishness right now. I know a den of sin when I see one." T-Real's entire player aura collapsed into dust. Yes, ma'am. He backed out of the room as the pimps shook their heads in disappointment. One called after him. Come back when you got a mission, son. Aunt Pearl grabbed his arm. You embarrassing our bloodline. T-Real whispered softly. Church. He shuffled away behind her like a toddler caught in a nightclub.